All right, you guys, welcome to First Friday's Wellness Cafe. I am Maria, and we have Lauren here, registered dietitian. I'm a certified personal trainer, and we brought this to the studio a few months ago. We do it on the first Friday of the month and pick a topic or two related to wellness and food and nutrition, and give little presentations, and then open up the room to conversation and questions. So today, since we're kicking off summer this month, we thought it would be a fun theme to talk about eating well while you're traveling, while you're on the road and you're out of routine. How can you continue to fuel your body, feel good about what you're eating, but also like have fun too. So Lauren and I just put together a few slides and ideas and things to think about next time you take a trip. And I believe I'm going first. So the first thing, so who here, actually, let's have some fun here. Who here is taking a trip this summer? Raise your hand. I sure hope we're able to take trips this year. I know last year was a little more challenging and we didn't take a lot of trips. So there's a lot of pent up demand for being able to take trips this year. So we travel quite a bit here with my family, and in the summer we have a boat. And so I travel with the boat and have to provision or get to provision for the boat trips quite a bit. So I put together this slide to think about when you're traveling, what you have access to when you're traveling. So if you have access to a freezer, there's different things that you can think about. When you have access to a freezer and a fridge, there's like another level. If you have access to a cooler, there's another level. And then there's also that final level. If it's just you have access just to the air and what is in front of you, maybe a pantry. So with the freezer, if you're doing a trip and, multi-day trip with your family, multiple families, something to consider is pre-baking casseroles or meals and having them frozen. So you bring them frozen if you're traveling like kind of nearby and you can maintain it being frozen. So that's a good use of the freezer. If you have a fridge, just doing that extra grocery shop. I know like when we travel, you're already thinking about all these other things with your trip, but if you do one more shop and just shop for the trip and buy some of those basics, like the milk, the butter, olive oil, if you plan on cooking, those small things, it'll really help you save money. You'll know and get to use the brands that you trust. And, if you're going camping somewhere, you won't rely on the gas station version of things, which is like 3 times the cost and like a tiny little bottle and maybe expired. So those are some of the things you can think about in the fridge. If you have a cooler or if you don't have a cooler yet, it's a great idea to kind of invest in the idea of maybe getting one of those larger coolers. There's so many in the market now that can maintain ice being cold and still ice for like 3 days or so. Some of them are more expensive, but then if you think about the cost of going for those convenience foods or not eating well at all, if you are camping or doing something rugged or on a boat, sometimes it is worth, considering upgrading some of your gear for traveling. And in the cooler, you have your ice, you can do your veggies, you can do cheese, deli meats, a few different items. Just you want to be careful with temperature. Like I want to do poultry and like rely on it staying at the right temperature for too long, but kind of play around with what types of things that you can use for your cooler. And then last one is pantry. So thinking about things that, just shelf staple, like I'm really big on a bean kick right now, canned beans. So it's really good quality fat and protein. And it's just small things like that you might not think about. We always talk about, shop the perimeter. But some of these things inside the aisles when you're traveling and, you think about the food a little differently. So canned beans are great, tuna fish. For fruit, apples travel really, really well and last forever. Crackers, rice cakes, raw nuts, dried fruit. So just like think about pantry items too. So kind of think about when you're traveling, what you're going to have access to, what your appetite is for managing, the time to put together some of the planning, but kind of like thinking through these 4 different levels, you might find that you can bring a few more things on your trip and still eat well and have some of the things that your body's really used to. The next slide, again, when you're thinking about doing a trip, and this is more like multi-day trips I had in mind, because, in the summer, many of us can travel, is thinking about planning your meals. So when we're home, a lot of us are in a good habit of meal planning, but sometimes when you go on vacation, like, I'm just going on vacation, you don't think about it at all. And then you get there and then you're starving, or you're like stressed out and you're like, oh gosh, what are we going to eat for lunch on, today? Or what are we going to do? And sometimes you're scrounging and not sure. So although it is more work before the trip, this last ski season, we did a lot of ski trips. And actually my sister-in-law really turned me on to the idea of pre-planning all of this. And at first it stressed me out. And I was like, oh, there's no need for this on vacation. But I really grew to appreciate planning out the meals. It took a little bit more work before the trip, but then once we were there, I knew, okay, on day 2, we're all having this lasagna we brought up. This day is the day we're going to the restaurant for dinner, so I don't need to worry about it. She's got the wine, I got the vodka. We had it all planned out, and it really let me enjoy the trip more. It helps you also balance out what you're eating. So if you did decide a few meals that you're bringing up, you might be like, oh, okay, well, we don't really have any salad stuff. So maybe when we go out to dinner, maybe we will get that salad or get more veggies. And it also lets you just savor the experience of the trip a bit more. And again, like my sister-in-law, if you're traveling with a group, coordinating with the other members of the group, like this family is responsible for dinner this night, this family does dinner this night. And, also making sure, if anyone's got food allergies, but that also kind of makes it a fun group experience and gives you a little bit of variety to what you're having on your trip. And then also spreading it out makes not a lot of stress on you. As women, most of us are the ones that are responsible for thinking about the food. So it kind of takes the load off of you when you're traveling. And I have one more slide that worked for me, is when you're traveling, let the location of where your trip is inspire you in some ways. So if you're going to a certain location, like in Hawaii, enjoy the poke and, enjoy the fresh fish. Try to find out about the farmers markets that are there. Talk to the locals, find out if there's a secret dive bar or restaurant that's around the corner that, might not be in a guidebook. Also take the trips and let them be an experience in food. The whole trip doesn't need to be centered around food, but sometimes it's kind of fun when you're on those trips to kind of get to know the culture through food. And then the last thing, this is my last one, is also enjoy different ways of preparing the food. So maybe you don't grill a lot at home, but you're out camping, you're on a boat or wherever you are, maybe you can grill, or you don't fish. But again, if you're on your trip, maybe you actually catch your own food for dinner, which is kind of fun. If you're in Northeast, you can clam bake, or you can cook at a campfire, and just kind of maybe have fun with food in a different way when you're traveling. And then the last tip on that is, in sometimes you can recreate that moment at home and kind of remember your vacation. So those are a few ideas I had about the summer, and just, ways to think about food a little bit differently on a trip. So again, a little bit more work and thought, possibly. I mean, maybe you guys already did all that, but I never used to quite plan as much as I am now, but it's a lot more fun. I had so much more fun on the ski trips and a few other trips that we've done. And, sometimes you might not think you can find healthy food places, but even a gas station, oftentimes we'll have hard-boiled eggs, we'll have cheese sticks, we'll have yogurt, we'll have bananas, kind of look for it a little bit. And if you get stuck, usually you can find something. And then Lauren has a few more thoughts on traveling, and then we'd love to answer it up to questions.
All right, Maria, that was amazing. Thank you so much for sharing those. Such good ideas. I could relate to so many of the things that you said. So I want to go ahead and just kind of transition into, as we come into the summer season, just like Maria said, and possibly because of the warmer weather, we're at beaches, we're going to be in swimsuits. I know for a lot of people, that is a little bit nerve-wracking. The whole talk of a beach body or a swimsuit body, or, there's a lot of ads out there that say you need to get in your best shape for the beach. And it's just, let me tell you right now, I love this someone sent me this because they know how I feel about that. And it said, try these exercises to build your beach body. And it says, run away from anyone who tells you they can fix your body. All you need for the beach is to accept you're worthy of enjoying yourself and maybe learn to swim. So just letting go of that mindset that you need to look a certain way before you can put on a swimsuit and before you can go and enjoy that vacation. You know, we don't want to miss out on experiences in our life because we don't like how we look, because at the end of your life, if you missed on all that because you didn't put on a swimsuit or you wouldn't get in the pool or go to the ocean, I can tell you that you're probably going to regret it. So try and just remember that you have a body, you've got a beach body. You go to that beach, you put on a swimsuit and you go and enjoy yourself. Oh, good. My kids are coming in right now. Perfect timing. All right. So try not to give into quick fixes. Go take them to Melissa's house. Take them over. You can go to Melissa's. Go. They're going to the neighbors. All right. Bye, guys. Trying not to give into quick fixes before vacation. So if you are trying some sort of tactic, like a cleanse or a really restrictive diet or cutting back so much just to look a certain way for vacation, then what's going to happen? Are you going to just totally let loose on vacation and then gain all that weight back? Are you going to get into this downward spiral of, oh no, now I can only eat this way and you truly can't enjoy your vacation? Some of those meals out, some of those times with your family, some of those, foods that you might have otherwise. So trying to just, I know you want to feel your best, but trying to avoid some of these really restrictive behaviors before you go. Wearing a swimsuit that you feel good in. So maybe you don't like to wear 2 pieces. Maybe you don't like 1 pieces. Go buy a new swimsuit. Try different styles and varieties. Maybe you do use a little bit of a cover up because that makes you relax a little bit more. So, try them out, try different places. I know our Ascent team the other day was texting, like, where do you guys get swimsuits? What do you guys like? What has coverage? Things like that. Just so that you can feel your best and feel confident and actually enjoy your time. And really focusing on trying to be in the moment. So for, trying to worry less about it and really just enjoy these moments more about the vacation and letting go of some of the worry about what you're going to eat. Am I going to go off my diet? Am I going to gain weight? Where's that mindset at when you approach vacation? Are you ready to let loose and have fun and enjoy it? Or are you worried about some of these other things like, oh no, I'm not going to be able to exercise. I'm not going to get in my steps. I'm not going to eat as well. And just learning to find a balance, which we'll go into. All right, let's go to the next slide. All right. And so that just kind of brings me to, what is your vacation mindset? Like, I just want you to think about it for a minute. Like, is it your time to indulge and let loose, like completely? Do you just let all your good habits go? Or do you really worry, like I just kind of mentioned, about what you're going to eat, your exercise, and weight gain? Have you noticed, are you able to have fun and be present in the moment? Or is your mind too preoccupied with weight, your food, and your body image that you can't fully connect with those around you and be present in the moments? And I'm talking about even just with your kids or your spouse or even yourself, letting yourself relax and enjoy the time that you have off. Are you worried that all your hard work that, we put in, a lot of us come to classes all the time, we work hard. Are you worried that it's going to get ruined by vacation and then you're going to have to make up for it later? Or are you able to take that as either continue with your routine in a very healthy way, or maybe you just take some rest days and know that classes will be there when you get back, and then you just resume your normal habits when you get home. And then on the flip side, if you let loose too much, right, and then you really don't feel well, where does that leave you? So we need to find that balance between the two. All right, so what can we do to have that balance that feels good to you, so that we don't have to swing from one extreme to the other, right? So we don't need to have this complete restriction before we go and then totally binge and get lazy on vacation and then have to swing back the other way, right? We want to avoid these swings. We want to kind of keep it a little bit more even. So really think about, what do you want to get out of vacation? What are you there for? My guess is you're there to relax, enjoy, have times with friends and family. Trying to get rid of some of that dieting mentality. Just be there and enjoy the time, and try to get some of that focus off of body size and some of those stricter eating habits. And like Maria said, I love it. Have a plan, but be flexible, right? We don't want to walk in with no plan at all. Like, we're going on vacation this next week, and we were already talking with our friends, like, okay, we'll do dinner Tuesday. You guys do dinner Wednesday. We're all going to do a big grocery shopping trip before we go and bring all of our stuff. And then we might do dinner out one night. But we all kind of know it's easier and more cost effective to cook at home. So that's what we're going to do. So we're not left just having to eat out every night. But if that's your plan, that's okay too. So just kind of have a plan before you head out. I loved the idea. It is a lot of work to kind of prep beforehand, but it's totally worth it when you get there. And then, yes, absolutely bring food with you, no matter where you're going. Get some shelf-stable items, like Maria said. I need to go do that with my kids today. I'm actually surprising them with a trip. I don't think any of them are here, to Disneyland next week. And so I want to make sure we have plenty of snacks so that we can eat all day and then just buy a little bit of food when we're at the park. And then just check in on your hydration. Are you drinking enough water? You know, we all don't feel good out in the sun all day exercising if we get tired and fatigued. So make sure you drink plenty of water. I know for myself, when I go on vacation, and just some people I know, there might be more alcohol intake. It is dehydrating. Sometimes we don't feel our best. So I'm not saying don't have any, like enjoy yourself, but just check in on how you're feeling so that you can enjoy your time. And then really try to just focus on acknowledging all the positive moments that you have. If you're starting to get in kind of a little downward spiral of, oh, I don't feel good in my body. Oh, I feel bloated, or this or that, just check in and say, wow, I get to be here with my family. I get to have this time. And I'm so lucky to be here, and try to just focus on all those positive moments. So in the end, I think I said this before, but it's so powerful when you think about it. You aren't going to wish that you ate differently or exercised more. I mean, you might, right? If that contributed to something, but you're really going to remember the moments, the connection, and the experiences. Hi, Sophia. Okay. I think that was my last slide, Maria.
Awesome. Thank you very much for that.
Okay. You're welcome.
So we have time. If anybody has any, I was looking at the time here. Yeah. If anyone has any questions, insights, comments, we're here. And any trips planned, if anything, we're here.
Well, I am in Iowa. This is Mary. I'm in Iowa right now, visiting my family, and I am sort of a vegetarian. I eat fish and I eat dairy, so it's not like I'm a total vegetarian, but they just do not understand that. And it's been 35 years and they still, but like today I went and I bought some groceries that I can eat and contribute to and stuff. And so yeah, it's hard when you're on a trip, but you can try to make it easier. It's stressful though.
Yeah, it is stressful. What do you find is the hardest part? Is it that you have to eat what they prepare, or they just kind of give you a hard time for the way that you eat?
It's their lack of good choices of food. I mean, it's all carbs and cheese and, like fried. So it's hard, but like I went today, got my yogurt, got my salad, because a salad to them is like potato salad, macaroni salad, there's no green stuff here. And like last night we went out for pizza and I got a veggie pizza and they all think that's weird because there's no meat, and so it's just funny. But I've been dealing with them and they've been dealing with me for 35 years of this. So it's funny.
Yeah, I'd say so. For me, I eat gluten-free and avoid a few foods for my ulcerative colitis. And I just personally, I do my best to just focus on myself and the foods that work for me. And I bring the food, like what you were doing, like bring the foods that I can eat and that I know work for me. Sometimes I bring healthy stuff that I can share. And then trying as best as I can not to focus on the food for everybody else, because just in general, like it does, like, yeah, I have some very unhealthy family members. It drives me crazy, but I try not to focus on it, it's just try to focus on the, like this last line here, and Lauren, on your slide, like try to focus on the moments, the connection experience. And, but food's it's a tough thing. Like I totally, like, I think many of us can relate to what you're currently in right now when you are kind of the lone wolf and how you're eating in a big group of people and you're not at your home, you're visiting somewhere. So that is a challenge, but yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you for sharing, Mary. I'm sure we can all relate. We've got those family members that it's hard to do you, but you just have to try to keep at it. Yes, Fran, you want to talk, my friend? Are you able to unmute? I'm not sure I can unmute her. I asked her.
Okay.
Okay, there you are.
Mentioned having food, on the go, and she said something about boiled eggs. And how long can boiled eggs be out?
There's a difference if it's still in the shell or not still in the shell. I can look into that, but I think they last longer than people think. So I'll look into that and have that as part of our follow-up.
Okay. Thank you.
Good question.
Yeah, that's a great question.
But yes, keep all the refrigerated food cold. If it's out for more than a couple hours, got to toss it. So yes, cooler, invest in good coolers and ice packs for sure. Okay, I think Brittany asked a question. Oh, okay, Brittany, you know what? I don't have snacks planned yet, but my plan is to go to Trader Joe's and just stock up on some dried fruit, some nuts, some bars. It is going to be a little trickier because I want stuff that's actually going to be filling to them, as opposed to just like having crackers. So I will share that with you after I go. But that's exciting that you're going too. It's going to be a little challenging. I know we're going to have to buy some food, but just the hassle and the cost alone. And I just know if we eat a huge meal and then we walk around, we're not going to feel great. I already know that. Like, I just know I'm not going to feel good. I don't have anything against that type of food. It's just probably one meal a day will be okay there.
It's so expensive.
Yes. Yes. I haven't been there in a long time, but I know that it is. Oh, frozen cheese sticks. Tracy, I've never done that before. That's a great idea.
That is a really good idea.
Yes, please share if you guys have good ideas, because we kind of get so stuck in our own routine of what we buy, right? That it's hard to sometimes branch out. So yes, share. Oh, Christina. Yeah, a big old turkey leg. I'm definitely getting a churro. Yes. Oh yes, we freeze Go-Gurts too. That's a really good idea. The kids love that.
I was going to say turkey legs too from Disneyland, because they are huge and they feed a couple of you.
Yes, good. Yes, please share. I love this.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. Anyone else?
Oh, I probably have a captive audience.
I know. I love the input.
Suggestions for future topics? Because we're always kind of wondering what to talk about. So if you have any topics or themes that you'd love to have a future cafe about, let us know.
Maria, I was just going to say that when COVID hit, my parents have a place in Tahoe, so we weren't really traveling, but when we were going to Tahoe, it was like relocating from one home base to the other home base, but we were trying to avoid stores and restaurants and stuff, especially at the beginning. And so I have to say, when you were talking about meal planning and packing, well, I mean, the first couple of times I was like, I feel like I'm going camping, because I was packing tubs of food, but it made life so much easier. I'm still doing it now that things are more open and I'm more comfortable at the store and stuff. I'm still doing it because it just makes life so much easier. It's less stressful. The kids don't get hangry. I don't get hangry because I'm like, oh, this is what our next meal is. This is what. So I think that's such a great advice on that. So I just want to say thank you. And Lauren, I love all your memes and stuff. It's just so. I was at last week and I actually had you in my mind a few times. And I got a new style of suit this year that I felt really comfortable in. So thank you.
Oh, wait, what'd you get?
Oh, it had more of the bottom was more of the high rise. I felt more held in. I wear a tankini, but just so I felt more held in so that when I'm playing with my kids, I'm not all over the place.
Absolutely. Yes. Oh, I love that. I love when you all share stories like that. Good. This is such great input, all of you. Thank you so much. But yeah, if you want so we'll do it, yes, the first Friday of every month. So if you think of something, message us or text us and we'll be happy to address.
Lauren, do you have any spaces available for discovery calls, or are you full this month?
I have probably like 2 more is what I could do for June. But yeah, I'll be summer's a little bit harder just because travel and stuff, but I could take a couple more.
Okay.
Yes.
Very good. All right, gang. Well, if you think of anything else, oh, hold on. We got, hold on. We're back on the cheese, I think. No, this is important. I mean, it's such a helpful, I think all of us travel in some ways, so that's good. So Tracy, do you just freeze the regular cheese sticks, or is there a certain kind that you buy?
No, just like the string cheese.
String cheese,
Or,
okay.
I mean, any of them, just when you freeze them, you can, if you don't have a cooler or whatever, even if you have a cooler, but if you're traveling across the state of California, like I do a lot, they just stay colder longer.
Mm-hmm.
And then, by the time the kids want one, even if they're a little frozen, they don't mind, but
Yeah. Oh, that's great. And then Allie chimed in with beef jerky, which I can't believe I forgot about that. But there are a lot of good brands of dried meats or smoked salmon or like dried salmon. So there's lots of options. It's just a little bit more work at the beginning. Very good. Oh, we got another one. What is this? Oh, perfect timing topic. Oh, Mary, thank you. So, all right, guys. Well, oh, hold on. Janelle's in here. So Janelle, what do you have? Freeze water bottles. You use to sip ice packs at Disneyland. Oh, smart.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm not really looking forward to carrying everything around all day, but I know it'll be worth it. So
that's why you VFit, so you can carry big backpacks.
Yes, no problem. Yeah, it'll be good. And honestly, it's just me and the girls. Brooks is not coming, so it's going to be totally fine. Power through. If I don't have to handle him, I can do anything.
Yeah.
you can have a meal before you go into the park and then do the morning in the park and then go back to your hotel to have like a midday kind of rest and eat then, and then go back to the park a little bit later.
Yes. I know.
That's what I would do with mine always.
Take my stroller anyway. I know. I just sold it, you guys. I just sold like all my stuff like that. It's okay. It'll be okay. I'm excited.
Very good. All right, ladies. Well, thank you so much for joining. And again, we will share the recording and our slides. We usually do a little blog with the recap, so we'll do that. And yeah, just thank you for supporting the cafe. And if you think of any other topics, just reach out to us anytime.
Yep. Sounds good. Happy Friday, everyone.
Happy Friday, everyone.
Bye
Enjoy.
nice
Bye, Lindsay. Thank you. Bye, guys. Thank you so much.
Bye, Lindsay. Bye, Emmett.